frightful, but the basketball will be delightful. It's a stormy Friday night on the farm, and we have some women's hoops on tap. For the third time ever, Morgan State, the Lady Bears, made the trip out west to take on the Stanford Cardinal. Welcome everyone here to Maples Pavilion. I'm Jenna Becerra here with my partner Mary Murphy on ACC Network Extra, and everyone's excited for big game week this week. Football fans excited to play against Cal tomorrow, but the first battle with the Bears for Stanford is right here on Tara Vanderveer Court.
That's exactly right, and this is a Stanford team that is looking to bounce back after the 13-point loss at Indiana, a game where they got down 19. They battled back to get it within 9, but they want to come out tonight and really put on a show and start big game weekend with a win against the Bears.
A tough loss on the road, their first game on the road to Indiana, but something that's been consistent is Nunu Aguera. She has led the team in points the last 3 games.
Points, leading score, rebounds, shooting 50% from the floor, 80% from the free throw line, does a great job of getting there, 7 rebounds a game, and just scratching the surface of where she is headed. Jumping into some big-time shoes, of course, but boy, her production has been fantastic.
On the other side, the Bears coming off of a 40-point win over Washington Adventist on their home turf to boot some confidence.
Yeah, I just know this is a team that wants to create chaos on the floor, and they have 5 players from California, 4 of them from the Bay Area, so you know they're going to hit this floor ready to go. They're small, they're quick, run and jump, lots of pressure. Should be a fun game.
Well, these two teams, for the third time ever in program history for each, going head-to-head as Kate Pay's team will take on Ed Davis Jr.'s squad as Morgan State and Stanford about to tip off here at Maples.
And considering the weather, it's impressive that there's that many people in the stands. Just inches and inches of rain since midday here in Palo Alto / Stanford.
The puddles outside as everyone making their way into Maples Pavilion, now affectionately known as Tara Vanderveer Court, just unveiled in the last couple of weeks, the last home game here. There's the tip, and we're off and running. Tess Heel getting the start tonight for the Stanford Cardinal. Alongside Janiyah Harrell, Elena Bozgana, Brooke Dimitri, and Nunu Aguera.
Alana Polo, who has started every game this year, will sit this one out. She is not dressed, lower body injuries, so just trying to help that get better.
Jayla Bannerman getting the first personal early on in this one for Morgan State.
It's a team that fouls a lot.
Covered by the Cardinal, they'll reset. Hera finds Bozgana, who drives just off the rim.
Bozgana had a very tough game at Indiana. They need her to get off to a good start, make good decisions, and just be in the right place, make good, just on both ends of the floor.
Held to just 3 points and 3 rebounds, had a steal as well against Indiana. But an aggressive Morgan State team that they're going up against here tonight.
They're without their second leading scorer.
Behind the arc, drains it.
Always an exciting and terrific option with Brooke Dimitri trailing in transition for 3.
Captain on this Stanford team this year, taking on a bigger role, as are most of the starters among this team, as well as just the entire bench, utilizing a lot of depth this year are the Cardinals.
That's the key for them, isn't it?
Aguera banks it in.
Bozgana says, come run with me, and Aguera right with her. Beautiful dish.
Cardinal leading the nation in 3-point shooting percentage, 47.7% coming into this game. A little bit slower behind the arc against Indiana. They shot around 18%. Gonna have to open up different parts of the game, because that 3 will go off. Heel from deep. Rebound from Boscana, Harriel this time sinks it.
I kind of keep waiting for her to cool off. It doesn't seem to be in the cards. She is off to a scintillating start beyond 3 this season, shooting 62%.
Something to be said about that face mask, but we'll be right back after a quick start for Stanford. They lead 8-0 over Morgan State. A quick start for Stanford as they have the 8-0 lead over Morgan State, and it helps when you're able to distribute the ball the way that they've been doing this year.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the balance here. Chloe Clardy in just 16 minutes at Indiana, 10 points. All of last year, made 2 3-pointers already, 8 for 14 this season, shooting 57%. So huge contribution off the bench. The graphic doesn't even show the contributions of Courtney Ogden, Brooke Dimitri. So this is a team on any given night against any different opponent, somebody else can be the leading scorer.
Something Kate Pay has talked about a lot already in this season. Says they learn more about themselves every single game. Chloe Clardy in particular, she said, has transformed her game. Attacking the basket all around. That is shut down by Aguirre.
Block shot, now look for the push.
Ariel finds Tess Heel. Hands off to Boscana.
Shot clock starting to run down a little bit.
Out to the corner, Harriel, just in time, the 3-pointer.
And that really is one of the big questions about this team. As a shot clock is running down, who becomes your go-to with no Hannah Jump, with no Kiki Iriafen, with no Cameron Brink? And this team trying to learn more about itself every game.
Tamaria Rumpf getting on the board there for Morgan State, their first couple of points, and quickly answered by Stanford for a 13-2.
How about Boscana in the early going? 2 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds.
I'm trying to communicate as she drives into the paint. Is shut down. Recovered by Success Priceoff.
Shot clock.
From deep off the rim. Trying to find Aguirre inside. Turns it over. So Jayla Bannerman, junior. Hometown kid out of Baltimore. That just misses from Kimora Lopez. Finds Dimitri inside. Whistle blown.
Boscana kick out corner. Harriel, as the shot clock is running out. Again, now kicks it out again. And Kate Pay talks so much about that. Once you get into the paint, there's going to be plenty of shooters out there. Go find one.
Out to the corner this time, once again. Dimitri, the captain.
That time it was Clardy putting the ball on the floor and attack. You love to see her be aggressive offensively.
Ball is kicked. Important, you mentioned Ola not in the starting lineup, also one of the captains alongside Brooke Dimitri, so looking for even more leadership.
Yeah, Lopolo does such a nice job of organizing the floor and really getting people involved and running the different sets.
Shot was up from Bogans.
This is another challenge for Stanford this year. It's got to be a group effort on the boards. Cannot give up second opportunities.
Bounce pass. Trying to get it up, can't do it. Stanford will take over. time. Aguirre goes deep off the rim.
Doesn't make the shot, but I like the aggressiveness. You've got to look to be able to spread the defense. If you don't take them, you don't learn that you can make them.
Chloe Clardy. Ariel gets it to Aguirre inside. Trying to make room. She'll get the bucket.
Nice job playing power ball with that swing through, strong baseline step. Stanford a quick 7 of 11, 4 of 6 from 3.
Mentioned Morgan State coming off that 40-point win over Washington Adventist, as they will turn it over. Clardy gets it up. We'll draw the foul.
Yeah, we're going to talk about her aggressiveness all season long, but they need her to not just run the offense, but attack seams, and you see her do that right there, the 5'9" sophomore from Conway, Arkansas.
She'll go to the line.
I mean, I know we mentioned it earlier, but all of last season made 2 3-pointers.
Yeah.
And already this year, 8 of 14. That just shows the work that was put in during the offseason and the confidence that she has now.
She's just a couple away from qualifying in terms of national rankings as well. But of those 8 for 14, I mean, 57%.
Is that crazy when you think last year she was 2 of 20?
Yep. Maria Rump inside. Hanging on to it. Getting the shot up, just can't get it in. Aggressive rebounding there from the Cardinal. Mary Ashley Stevenson, the transfer.
Yeah, from Purdue. She knows how to get physical.
From deep. Just off the front. Chloe Clardy trying to get back on defense, but what a play there from Michaela Bogans.
They want to push. They want to try to get some easy buckets.
Bogans, a freshman out of Augusta, Georgia. Cardinal trying to answer here. They'll get the rebound and sink it in. Courtney Ogden getting on the board.
Huge contribution at Indiana, but just the foul trouble.
That's something that Kate Pay said they did a little bit too much of against the Hoosiers. Maria Rump. Up,
Nice
sinks
around.
Success Prysock.
6-footer out of Palmdale.
Transferred from Moore Park College, which is just near my hometown, actually.
Nice. Where is that?
It's in Ventura County, the 805. She had a couple of nice seasons there. 2-time JUCO League champion before making her way to Baltimore with Morgan State.
They've always had some really good basketball, both on the men's and the women's side.
A commanding lead for the Cardinal as they already have 22 on the board here in the first.
6 different people have scored.
Behind the arc. Stevenson again fighting for that rebound. Clardy tried to get it to Ogden, but the thievery by Morgan State.
They force 22 turnovers a game, but they turn it over there, and it's Clardy in the passing lane, and a nice dish.
Tess Heel with some patience.
The game kind of changes when Clardy goes in. Like, the tempo is just a little bit quicker. Love her push. Nice help from Bosgana.
Defense showing up for Stanford so far. Already pushing the tempo. She'll take it herself. Whistle blown.
First person on number 20, Michaela Williams. Fourth team foul.
Hardy just bobs and weaves and finds an open lane and just attacks the bucket. She felt that one.
Personal on Michaela Bogans of Morgan State. Clardy now 3 for 3 in free passes.
16 minutes at Indiana, 10 points, 2 rebounds. Really gave the team a lift.
Doing so again here, she makes both of those for the 20-point lead.
She really improved at the free throw line a year ago, shooting 53 this year, up over 70. I mean, that's significant.
Lady Bears trying to draw something up here. Emily Jones. The dish to Bogans. She tries from deep. Trying to run down that rebound as it'll go out of play.
Well, Stanford defensively going behind those ball screens, so it's opening up those three-point shots, but Morgan State so far has not been able to knock one down there. 0 for 5 from deep.
And the first quarter in the books. Cardinal, the 20-point lead after the first over Morgan State. Well, Stanford has been Cardinal red hot from behind the arc, shooting 50% so far in this one. Nearly half their points have come from deep.
Brooke Dimitri, 2 for 2 from deep for the season, shooting 42%. And of course, Harriel is 2 for 2. She has been absolutely on fire so far this season, hitting 57% of her threes. Kate Pay working hard from distance. But you can see the shooting woes at Indiana. It's interesting, the first 3 games this season, Stanford shot 58% from 3. They were 45 of 78. Last 2 games, just 22%. So you can't live and die with the 3. And we talked to Kate Pay about that today. And she said, yeah, you know, if the 3's not going, we got to find other ways.
Finding a lot of ways so far tonight. Still that 20-point lead. Getting it in, Success Price up. Junior makes it 8 points for Morgan State.
She's got half of them.
O'Hara trying to find Buzgana. She'll do it. The layup in.
Buzgana's just playing with more confidence, just recognizing when the best time to pass, when the drive is there. Her decision-making just vastly improved from that Indiana game.
Already surpassed her point total from that game. Had 3 against the Hoosiers, already 4 here tonight this early on in the second quarter. Dimitri.
The pressure released. Go ahead and bring it on up.
O'Hara out to Harriel. Trying to drive in. She'll find Dimitri in the corner.
Nice option, isn't it? Just kick it to Dimitri wherever she is. But just, I love the probe by Harriel. Just looking, trying to find someone open, and her upper body strength's improved so dramatically to get that pass there with some zip on it.
Might start calling her Brooke Demi 3. That's her third.
Oh, okay, okay. I like that.
Driving in the paint. And the whistle blown. Right into the cameraman. Looks like Gabrielle Johnson's all right.
O'Hara at the high post as the facilitator, just triggering the offense. Backdoor cut, just beautiful lead. And you've watched Stanford over the years, you know that is just one of their patented plays.
Gabrielle Johnson at the free throw line, the junior, the Baltimore kid.
You don't always have to go far away.
It's true. And even if you do, like some of those Bay Area kids from Morgan State you mentioned.
Yeah, it's going to be just exciting to be here. Unfortunate that the weather is just so dismal. The rain has been an onslaught as they will make their way to Nevada, which is in Reno, of course, and have to go through some tough sledding on the way up there tomorrow. You want to jump trapping? It's a surprise when she misses.
It is. Dimitri. Surprise for her too. Morgan State will take that one. Tamari around.
Moving screen. They get Butler with that, the 6'2" junior out of Gilroy.
One of those Bay Area kids.
Exactly right. Sacramento, San Francisco, Oakland, Gilroy.
Butler had a game-high 17 points against Washington Adventist. Just a couple days ago, they played Wednesday at home.
Yeah.
Came out here west. Play here Friday night. Aguera fights for that one.
They have played 7 games in 16 days. It's like a WNBA schedule.
Well, yeah, you look at the records coming into this. Morgan State overall 4-3 on the season. Stanford 4-1. So they played a couple extra games compared to the
Great
Cardinals.
block. Just a contest without fouling. Beautiful cut.
Back out to Ijiwoye. Aguera to Harriel. Nails it.
The girl is like, I'm going to feed you. Be ready.
Janiyah Harriel, game high 9 points so far in this one. Another 3 ball there, the third for Janiyah Harriel. Stanford up 36-10. Stanford leads Morgan State 36-10. We mentioned 5 California kids for the Lady Bears, but 4 of them, they have hometowns within driving distance.
And think about it, out of Sacramento, that's McClatchy High School. They've had so much success in girls basketball. Sacred Heart Academy, prep for Emily Jones. The great Piedmont High School in Oakland, and out of Gilroy, Valley Christian. So some great high school programs.
Nice to see some of those orange t-shirts. Some fans, friends and family representing, supporting, coming out.
Can you imagine how long this game has been circled on their calendar?
Dimitri will fight for the rebound and hands it off to Harriel. She finds Heel. All the way out to Aguera. Back to Shea Ijiwoye. Aguera drives. The and one.
High post, passer, facilitator, and when the opportunity presents itself, put the ball on the floor and attack. Aguera, 8 points in 10 minutes of play, high efficiency, 4 of 5, a couple of rebounds, a couple of assists.
And she'll head to the free throw line.
I do love that she's from Minnetonka, Minnesota, the last Minnesota player to play for Stanford. Of course, the great Susan King, now Susan King Borchard.
Who the Stanford team's actually working with as well from a sports performance perspective. They've hired her as a consultant.
Nobody better in the world to work with your team than Susan King Borchard.
Kate Faye says she's the best at what she does and also emphasizes the sisterhood that is this program. And Brooke Dimitri, a big part of that right there.
I rewatched that Indiana game, just so impressed the way Brooke Dimitri played in that game. I mean, she's stepping into some really big shoes when you think about what Cam and Kiki did as far as leadership at that post position and the scoring and just being the elder statesperson of this team, and she is doing a terrific job.
Kate Kay said she's gone from a complimentary player to a focal point on this team and doing a nice job with that added responsibility.
Dimitri puts it on the floor, and she's really got this step back down, and we've seen it in the paint. We've seen it more on the baseline from like 8 to 10. Does a beautiful job because she's going to be matched up with some much taller players this year, and the ability to create that space is really important.
Ogden trying to find Dimitri. Cardinal manages to hang on to it. From deep, Clardy just bounces out.
Morgan State is playing without their second leading scorer, Layla Fair. Averages about 10 points a game, 6'2", 9 rebounds a game. It's a big loss for them.
And she's the reigning defensive player of the week in the MEAC as well. She averaged double digits in both points and rebounds last week. Career high and a game high 20 rebounds.
So you're going on the road to play Stanford. She is one player you did not want to lose, but she gets healthy in a hurry as Dimitri steps in for a steal.
Aguera out to Ijiwoye. She'll drive in.
She was committed to the shot, and she knew the pass was the better decision. And I like her accountability.
Lady Bears just hanging on to that. Trying to draw it up. Nice shot from JL Butler.
The Bears just keep working hard, trying to find some open shots.
There's Ogden doing the same. Pretty shot there from Gabrielle Johnson. 14 on the board now for Morgan State. Mentioned this is the third time these two teams have played against each other in program history. All three times we've been here at Stanford. Last meeting was just last year. Aguera adding to the tally.
You can see what a weapon she is. We've seen her up top making great passes, putting the ball on the floor, taking a three, mid-range from 15, money.
Aguera had 14 points in that win last year over Morgan State and on New Year's Eve.
Nunu looking for something. You know what? Nothing's there. Let me just hold this follow through, and goes down 11 points, double digits. She and Dimitri sharing that lead at 11. And just so much more verbal than she was a year ago.
How important is that presence on the court? You know, in addition to actually just bringing your skill set, but just that leadership aspect.
I just love it, and I think if she played for a year with Kiki Iriafen, so you really understand what positive energy, the impact it can have on a team.
Garrett Harriel. Dimitri, top three scorers right there for Stanford. And the captain adds to it.
Yeah, it is really something to see her on the move, just jump stop into that jumper. It's not something we've seen a lot from her, so much more of a standstill shooter, so just her game just continuing to develop.
13 points with 5 rebounds for Dimitri. Ghana gets it off the rip.
5th rebound.
Heel, showing some aggressiveness.
She was a little Euro step.
Another transfer on this Stanford team this year, coming from Santa Clara. Just second and third transfers ever for this program.
She's a big get. Very high on her, looking for her to have a breakout game.
Someone who Kate Pace said We're only going to see her emerge even more as she gets used to this system.
Nice decisive drive to the basket.
47-16. Heel finds Dimitri, who finds the net.
Her second little step back.
Just looks so smooth.
She does.
Right now.
And confident. And that shot takes confidence. You really have to have your footwork down.
Gabrielle Johnson, once again,
Getting comfortable.
she leads the team with 6 points.
She's been perfect. 2 for 2 from the floor, 2 for 2 from the free throw line.
And Basgana making her presence known.
Great balance on the score sheet for Stanford in this first half.
Garrett, Dimitri, Harrell, all double-digit points. Morgan State put one up, sinking it in. Gabrielle Johnson continues to heat up. And that will do it for the second quarter. First half in the books, a 31-point lead as Stanford leads 52-21 over Morgan State. Mary, this has been a very interesting first half, to say the least, and especially seeing the way that Stanford has made some adjustments from that game against Indiana to today.
Yeah, really a dominant performance. Not a surprise, especially with Morgan State losing their #1 rebounder and their second leading scorer. But what's impressed me is just how many different people have scored, how they have shared the basketball. 10 assists on those 20 baskets, how the ball has moved, and they've just done a great job of really working together. And of course, 7 of 15. The 3 ball is back after a 2-game vacation.
What do you think that this Morgan State team needs to do to reel in that Stanford offense right now?
Well, #1, just take care of the basketball, but they just have to hunt some better shots. I think they start putting the ball on the floor and really getting to the rim a little better and just finding some space.
Well, those halftime conversations underway with Morgan State and Stanford here at Maples Pavilion. We'll be back for the second half as the Cardinal leading by 31. The first half in the books here as Stanford leads Morgan State 52-21. And the 3-game homestand starts here for the Cardinal as they take on the Lady Bears here at Maples Pavilion. Jenna Becerra here with you alongside Mary Murphy. And Mary, what are you seeing between Stanford hitting 62.5% in their shooting? What else do you see on there?
Oh, I just thought they shared the ball extremely well. And what also jumps out at me, they only have 2 turnovers. In a game that could really turn sloppy against a team that wants to force turnovers, they've just done a great job of taking care of the basketball. But you look at the difference from 3-point, 7 of 15. We didn't know if this was going to turn into a foul fest, but it certainly has not. Dominant job on the boards, but Stanford just really shooting the ball extremely well.
And distributing it really nicely. 9 points for Harriel, all threes. Aguero with 11 points. And then Brooke Dimitri, a game-high 15 points. 3 of those were threes.
Yeah, I just love her game because you can move her around like a chess piece from deep. Her teammates, an outstanding job of finding her here, putting the ball on the floor, stop and pop, swing it, put it on it, in the key, rock back. Nice job here one more time. That move, the Candace Parker move on that left baseline, beautiful. Park it in the corner. That is the money ball for Brooke Dimitri.
Brooke Dimitri, as we've now dubbed her.
I love that. She's going to love having a nickname.
The captain for this team, doing a great job here tonight, also with 5 rebounds for Stanford so far in this one through the first half.
So one of the keys as you are in the locker room and you come back on the floor is, can you maintain this consistency? Whoever we put on the floor, we want to be just as efficient as we were in the first half. Don't scoreboard watch. It's not about that right now. Right now it's about just be the best each of us can be together and individually.
That's something that Kate Pay talked about as well. She said, I talked to the team this week and we talked about how this is the biggest game of the year. We are all in, 100% focused on preparing for Morgan State and what's going to go down in this game right here tonight. They're not thinking anything beyond that. They're totally focused, laser focused. And Morgan State obviously coming off of that 40-point win as well with a lot of confidence. And they'll have a lot of work to do here in the second half. They're shooting 31% as a squad there in the first half.
Look, they've played a very tough schedule. They've played a lot of games in a short amount of time, playing at Richmond, at Old Dominion, Towson State, University of Maryland, Baltimore County. It's just it's been unrelenting, and now playing without their second leading scorer and their leading rebounder and one of their best inside players. It's tough, especially on the road.
Definitely Maples Pavilion, not an easy place to play if you're coming in as a visitor. We will kick off now here in the second half. Out to Buzgana, who will kick it off with another free ball.
Well, I think that national ranking is not going to get hurt by this ball game. Buzgana, another steal.
What a pass to Heel from Dimitri.
5 steals in this game for Stanford.
Cardinal will take over. A quick 5 points here already in the second half. Guerra finds Dimitri, who goes to the corner to Heel. She'll get it in.
That's just so tough to defend when the ball moves with that kind of pace and you've got shooters that can knock them down.
Fourth Cardinal player to make a 3. And about 8 that have attempted. Half of them have gotten it done. Buzgana will get the board. Driving. Guerra will get the rebound.
Nice job being vertical on that board tap out. Talked about Brooke Dimitri in the first half, all of her scoring. How about the assist show in the last couple minutes? Swing it there. Nice nifty little pocket pass there to Heel. And then high post, swing it corner. Heel, 9 points on 4 of 5 shooting, 3 rebounds in 15 minutes of play.
Dimitri with 3 assists so far in this matchup. Ariel back to Heel.
Nice
stripped.
Nice strip from the back. Rump's been active. Just 2 points, 1 of 6 shooting, but very active on the defensive end, trying to make things happen.
Made the all-rookie team in the MEAC last season, did Rump. Stevenson adds another couple.
With the left hand. Well run out of bounds play. Ariel just took it away.
That aggressiveness continues as Heel from behind the arc drains it. Tess Heel with another one.
Just ran down the floor, parked it, and said, "Find me."
12 points so far for Tess Heel. Look at Harriel getting it over to Tess Heel, who absolutely drains it. Stanford up 65-21. Cardinal have put up 65 here on their home court at Maples Pavilion. They had 66 at Indiana in their last one on the 17th in Bloomington. 4 Cardinal players with double-digit points right now. Stanford really in a groove.
You see one of the storylines is just control the basketball. Stanford doing an outstanding job early in the season, not turning the ball over so far tonight. 15 assists and just 2 turnovers against a team that forces 22 a game.
Nice bucket by J.L. Butler.
You know, we don't know if it's going to hold up over the course of the season, but every single player on the Stanford roster is even or plus in the assist to turnover ratio, and that just doesn't happen very often. It's really impressive. Stevenson keeps it alive for a second opportunity.
Clardy drives. Whistle blown. 4th in the nation with just over 9 turnovers per game average.
It turns around a trend against UC Davis. It was 9 assists, 16 turnovers at IU, 9 assists, just 10 turnovers, but you get back into the plus side, and it's a big key for this year for Stanford, taking care of the basketball, because their margin for error is not what it was in past when you have a superstar like Kiki and Cam and Hannah jump shooting threes. It's got to be everyone's making great decisions with the basketball every time they pass it.
Hardy makes the second one. That was the first missed free throw of the night for the Cardinal on that first shot. They're now right at 66 points.
Boy, it's another area that Stanford has really excelled so far this year, shooting 80% as a team from the free throw line.
They're 6 for 7 so far tonight.
Harper Peterson, the 6'3" freshman on the floor. Big minutes for her.
J.L. Butler can't quite connect. Aggressiveness there from Dakota Alston, the sophomore.
Friends and family were getting fired up about that maybe going in. Butler from Gilroy, Valley Christian High School. That could not have been a good drive up from Gilroy this afternoon, this evening. Just buckets of rain coming down in the bay.
Yeah, that's real commitment, too, from friends and family.
Beautiful move.
J.L. Butler giving them a show.
I love that the bench is still in it, staying with this team. And I love that Stevenson just goes right up to Ogden. They have a disconnect on the pass, but just the acknowledgement, yeah, I got you right there. The transfer from Purdue had such a great year last year as a freshman for the Boilermakers.
Big Ten Freshman of the Year. There's another whistle blown.
And they're going to get J.L. Butler.
That's her second personal. There's Harper Peterson, you mentioned. Brings it in to Shea Ijiwoye. These young freshmen also. Something that Kate Pay's excited about. 3 of them were ranked by ESPN Hoop Girls coming into this season.
You think there's 3 sophomores and 2 freshmen on the floor? That's a young lineup.
And it's exciting. It's the exciting part. It's a new era in a lot of ways. Kate Pay says she doesn't really like the term era. She feels like it's a continuation of what this staff especially has built together a lot over these years. Of course, along with Tara Vanderveer, the legend. She was with her for 17 seasons.
Nice defense by the freshman. Getting up over the top. 6'3" out of Rockland.
Rumpf. Can't quite connect.
Rumpf's not shy. I mean, she just takes it right at you.
And there she is, the legend, Tara Vanderveer, looking at Tara Vanderveer court, and can't get over how cool it is that that's her actual signature that you see, where it says Tara on the court here at Maples. decisive lead still stands for Stanford. They're up 66-25, 41 points ahead over Morgan State, as we'll take a quick break and be back here at Maples.
Things happen for this team. They will welcome her back for sure.
Almiak honors on the preseason team this year for a reason. Can't connect the layup. We'll attempt again. This time the rebound. Ijiwoye on a run. She'll take it to the house.
No one's catching Shea. Boy, Kate Pay excited about what she can do for the team, from energy, from leadership, her speed, her quickness.
The Stanford team was able to welcome an alum back in the locker room, as another couple of points put up there by Zaya Minnis. Lexi Hull visited when they were at Indiana, talking to them in the locker room, talked about effort, effort, effort. Kate Pay said Lexi Hull had that in spades, and it's really nice when you can have someone part of the sisterhood come back and be that voice with these women as well. A little bit disconnected there for the Cardinal.
The steal, and then the push, and the finish. Great concentration. Shea with her first 2 points.
Mary Ashley Stevenson in the line.
Yep, 5'6" freshman from Phoenix, Desert Vista High School.
Stevenson at the line, misses the first one. Ijiwoye, 4-star recruit, ranked number 53 for ESPN Hoop Girls. Only Arizona player ranked for this 2024 group. Bogan's trying to make something happen. Another theft by Ijiwoye to Stevenson. The rebound, but down on the floor was Kennedy Ume, another freshman.
Just great opportunities for the freshmen to get out here and just get some minutes. Nice little crossover, the push ahead, the miss there. Ume with the O-board, stay in the play.
Kennedy Ume, the freshman, 6'4", out of Columbia, Maryland. Makes the first one.
Every minute she's on the floor gaining experience is so important. Stanford does not have a lot of size, physicality. They need her to grow up in a hurry. That's all right. You're going to get an offensive foul. Just get one doing that. Stevenson kicks it out to her. Just be physical. Let people feel you.
Rather see a full speed mistake.
Great. Like,
there's Ijiwoye again to Stevenson. Banks it in, the whistle blown.
Again, I'll take that offensive foul anytime. Mary Ashley Stevenson, she only knows one way to play. Fill in the lane, beautiful job, says, get out of my way, I'm coming through.
The effort right there from Ijiwoye.
How about that?
Continues, yeah. Exactly what Lexi Hull was talking about.
Yeah, if you can't listen to Lexi after everything she's been through at Stanford, through COVID, at Indiana with the fever, what a year she's had. Oh, okay.
Oh, Ijiwoye. The aggressiveness continues. She gets up a little slowly, but she's all right.
How about the step through? Had a steam, tries to step right on through that. She ended up stepping on the foot of the defense, and that sent her on a tumble.
Is the Gatorade Arizona Player of the Year, as well as the Max Preps Arizona Player of the Year in her last year of high school. She drains the first free throw.
New career high. She had 2 in the opening night against Lemoyne. Been scoreless since, so Getting in the books, got to feel good.
Kayla Bannerman to Michaela Bogans. Around the perimeter. Bannerman drives, runs right into a wall with Ume. Cardinal take over. Kennedy Ume puts it in. Stanford fans excited for the freshman.
Not playing the last 2 games, so it's got to be exciting to just get out there. And Shea just causing havoc. Marty, the push ahead. And Ume with the finish. And you see the sophomore say, way to run the floor.
Like seeing how excited the bench got for her as well. Kate Bay calls that the Benergy. Also talks really highly just about their staff. I love how Kate also sits in the same seat as she always has. Didn't mix it up, even though she has now become the head coach after so many years on staff. But she speaks so highly of her entire staff. She actually said she thinks they're the best in the country, A, but B, she would be an assistant herself for any one of them. That's how much respect that she has for them. Knocks down the shot. Zaya Minnis.
Nice lift in the 3rd quarter for Minnis. 5 points in 3 minutes of play.
Ume.
Okay.
Okay, Kennedy Ume.
Let's do the bump with me. I'll deliver some points.
Stanford now at 75. Aggressiveness on both sides there.
Ume goes to work. Turns to the inside, and the bench enjoying that as well.
First personal on Zaya Minnis, the junior, another Maryland kid. So there are 5 California kids, as we've mentioned, from Morgan State, but also 5 from Maryland. So some hometown kids as well, as Ijiwoye is at the line.
Great to see Stavi Habadaki in the game.
She's a fan favorite too. They always cheer wildly for her here at Maples. Jump ball.
Stavi has 2 points in her entire Stanford career. And this place will go wild if she gets one tonight.
Junior from Greece. Management Science and Engineering major here at Stanford. Papadaki thought about it from behind the arc. Pass off to Clardy. Clardy recovers. Out to Ijiwoye, back to Papadaki behind the arc. Just missed.
Yeah, the bench was ready for that one. Third personal foul on Mary Ashley Stevenson. But it's a challenge for this group on the floor for Stanford because they have not played a lot of minutes together. So just trying to work and find that chemistry together.
And the first time in many years that they were not in the preseason national rankings. Didn't last long. They made it into the number 24 slot after week 1. They're just outside receiving votes on the national scale now again this week. Not something that Kate Bay and her team say they're very worried about.
Well, there certainly are a lot of opportunities coming up in the rest of the schedule this season to have some momentous wins and move back in.
A lot of season left.
December 1st at LSU on ESPN2. That Cal game on the 13th of December is going to be terrific. Cal sitting at 5-0 right now. It is big game weekend. We have to mention the Cal Bears.
the Golden Bears. We got the Lady Bears here on the court. Golden Bears getting ready in Berkeley.
Beautiful take.
Clardy keeps making it happen. There's 30 seconds left here in the third. Maria Rump trying to set something up. She'll take it herself. Ume's right there, but she is strict. A little back and forth. The jump ball.
Good job. You give away the outlet, just get on the floor and get it on back. She knows it.
Shot clock winding down. Rump will take it. Stevenson gets the board. Ijiwoye gets it up, but that's going to do it. Productive third quarter, 77-31 lead for Stanford over Morgan State. Production continues for the Cardinal as we'll head to quarter number 4 shortly. Well, hustle has been the name of the game for Shea Ijiwoye, the freshman, causing some chaos on the court so far tonight.
Exactly right. Energy, disruptive, and when you talk to Kay Pace, she is such an intent listener that you say something in a huddle, she's not even in the game, but when she goes in, you see her result. She executes, she has a terrific attitude, and you can see the difference from an energy standpoint, what she brings this team.
A few points on the board, couple of rebounds. Tess Heel trying to find Ume. Morgan State will take over.
Nice defensive rotation from the Bears.
Driving in the paint. Ume with the rebound. Ume gets it to Heel.
And a great decision by the freshman in the high post. She hasn't spent her life being a passer, but really understood where the cuts were coming. Beautiful job getting it inside.
JL Butler looking for a teammate, tries to put it up, knocks it down.
Great job staying with it. Fans from Gilroy. Happy to see that one go in.
8 points in the night for her. That's second on the team behind just Gabrielle Johnson. Ijiwoye out to Papadaki. Gets it to Heel. Cardinal will reset. Shot clock trickling down. Stripped by Rump. Can't finish. Papadaki to Ume.
How about the block?
Wow.
From Johnson. She may have hurt her hand in the process. Or
Ume keeps chipping away, but wow. Yeah, slight limp.
Gabrielle Johnson, 5'8" junior from Baltimore, who's given this team such a lift. 9 points in 18 minutes. Extended up for that block shot, and
head coach Ed Davis Jr.
It's like, I can't afford to lose any more players.
But they're playing hard, you know.
Yeah, they are.
So you do love to see that. Davis in his 9th season at the helm of Morgan State. Two-time MEAC Coach of the Year. Once with Morgan State, once with Delaware State.
Rump really gets after it, doesn't she?
She does.
She is all over the floor.
High energy. Ed Davis Jr., also a 4-time Hall of Famer. As a player at West Virginia State, a coach at Bowie State, the team in the 2006-2007 Delaware State, getting the MEAC championship, and then most recently as a coach on his own at Delaware State in his class of 2024. Taking a shot, doesn't quite trickle in. Offensive rebound.
Morgan State has had some good looks, but the shots just not falling tonight.
As a squad shooting 28.6% overall. Driving in is J.L. Butler. Double digits.
Morgan State fans loving it. She gets the steal there.
Leading the team with 10 points.
When you live and grew up just down the road in Gilroy and you have family in the house and you're playing at Stanford, great job just bringing your best effort.
Ichiwoye looking to draw it up for Stanford. Tessio cuts.
Beautiful read from Stevenson. It's a fun matchup.
And one.
Rump is just not backing down from anybody.
Two high energy players right there.
No
going
doubt.
at it.
But that's a big time play and the opportunity at the free throw line.
Ichiwoye at 5'6", Rump 5'4".
Again from Sacramento, McClatchy High School.
Old school three-point play right there.
Good quarter court pressure.
Tries to find Papadaki.
Stanford, who did such a great job taking care of the ball in the first half, with just 2 turnovers, 10 so far in the second.
Seen more and more people get some playing time as well, trying to get in that rhythm together. You think that has something to do with it?
Yeah, but I also think that Morgan State's just playing better defensively. They're really getting into some passing lanes. They're challenging.
Ichiwoye.
It's fun to watch Brooke Dimitri on the bench. She's sitting next to Talana Lapolo, and she's pointing and directing and talking and kind of coaching them up from the bench.
That's one good sign of team camaraderie too, is when you see the bench that engaged in the game and that excited for their teammates. Can't fake culture.
You cannot. Shea struggling at the free throw line so far tonight.
1 for 6. Still scrappy to pick that one up. Heel back out to Papadaki.
White ball on the side.
Whistle blown.
Clean up the floor, a little slippery.
Officials paying close attention. We have Lisa Jones, Kim Hoggs, and Esther Shue.
That's a great crew.
Done a nice job for us tonight. So about 5.5 minutes left here. Heel finds Peterson.
Nice look. Great cut. Hey, when you spread the floor and you move, you're going to find the open player. Well done.
Bannerman. We'll swing it around. Rump finds Butler.
Nice move.
She finds the basket.
She is really playing well.
Definitely a bright spot as she gets Morgan State to 40. Got 12 points on the night along with a couple of rebounds. Morgan State getting up to 40 points here. J.L. Butler leading the way for the Lady Bears. Everyone watches women's sports, even our four-legged furry friends.
Oh, what's better than a little popcorn while you're watching a basketball game? Not much.
What else do you want to be doing on a Friday night? Watching a Stanford team that just recently had a number 3 recruiting class, the rankings by ESPN, 3 5-star players, including 2 on the Naismith Player of the Year watch list.
And it's really a momentous step for this staff and this program to be able to go out and sign the number 3 class in the country. When Tara Vanderveer's not your head coach, it means we believe what Kate Pay is selling, what Stanford is selling. Being a student athlete, a degree from Stanford, and playing for this team and this program. It is momentous. And when we talked to Kate about it, she said, look, we worked hard, every single one of us.
She said for years, really, the staff putting this class together. She said she could see a future with all 5 in the signing class on the court together at the same time. She loves the statement that it sends for the future of Stanford women's basketball.
From Larkspur, California in the North Bay to LaGrange, Illinois, outside Chicago, to Boulder, Colorado, Marietta, Georgia, outside of Atlanta, and Australia. We all know the last great Australian to play for Stanford, Alana Smith, who now plays for Minnesota in the WNBA, had a sensational career.
And just a little bronze medal to Team Australia in the Paris Olympics this past summer, no big deal.
Of course, Tess Heel from Melbourne. So keep the Aussies coming.
Papadaki. Green now on the floor for the Cardinal. Finding Ume inside. Puts it in the basket. Cardinals zeroing in on 90 points.
I love Lauren Green, the junior out of Castro Valley, California, 5'8". Every day comes to practice. 3 years. Coming into the season, I've played in 24 ball games, and just you'd never know it, whether she's a starter or coming off the bench or getting minimal minutes. She just gives it her all every single day.
One of those Stanford kids, as you mentioned, Mary, who just gets it. You know, family members who attended Stanford,
Exactly.
her parents or brother, understands that all-around aspect.
Just always has a smile on her face, and it you know, so much about playing basketball, and you played soccer, knowing you're going to play and living for those moments. But when you don't know if you're going to play and you still come out and your job is to help make others better and you're part of that squad, it just says a lot about your devotion as a teammate and just to be a part of something special.
We used to talk about having an All-American bench.
Papadaki's in that same category.
Yep.
Every day, coming to work, ready to roll.
And still players that, even if they weren't on the floor as much, were part of a couple of Pac-12 championship teams, for example, so know what it takes internally for all of you to work together to get that success that you're looking for? Emily Jones.
The lefty.
Dakota Alston, the sophomore. Her first points of the game.
Great memory. Make a three here. There you go. And look at the bench. Loving it.
Huge smile on Lauren Green's face.
She has scored just 2 points in her career. Now she has 4.
Doubled it.
Rejection. And that's what Stanford needs, an inside presence. Beautiful pass inside, and watch the bench reaction. That's what it's all about.
The entire staff, all her teammates, and the big smile on her face, of course, as well. Miscue by Morgan State.
But all these minutes for these freshmen tonight, the building blocks for the future. As they approach their first reading week and their first finals here at Stanford, good confidence boost.
Not an easy time of year.
No, it is not.
Papadaki, just long. Bench was ready for that
They
one,
were.
too.
Great catch.
Yeah, Kimora Daly. Out to Jones. Success Prysock, the junior. Adds a couple more.
Just really ran their offense well there. They're just trying to stay disciplined. Really nice job, especially in this second half by Morgan State.
Peterson just misses from deep. About a minute and a half left here as the Cardinals are flirting with 90 points.
Peterson made a couple of threes in the opening game against Lemoyne.
Record-breaking 18 threes in that game. Previous record was 16. Good recovery there from Jones. Her first couple of points of the night.
Emily Jones from San Francisco. Just a great way to finish things out here for her. Green says,
You hear some of the crowd telling Stavi, shoot it.
The ball.
A little bit of hesitation. There's Nia Green for Morgan State. Draws it.
First person number 24, Stavi Papadaki.
So we talked about the bounce back, the tough 13-point loss at Indiana. A game that, Stanford started so well and then dug a 19-point hold, brought it back to 9, couldn't get it to 7. Foul trouble the whole game. And all these early games are just building experience. How do we get better every day?
Last time these teams met last year was 98-38 in Stanford's favor here on the floor. It's already 10 additional points for Morgan State this time around, and 9 less points that they've allowed for the Cardinals so far. Ijiwoye manages to hang on.
I love I got this, everybody.
Peterson looking for Papadaki. There it is! Stavi Papadaki on the board.
And sensational pass. Harper Peterson read it the whole way.
The bench was ready and they were not disappointed. Green just missed another couple. Denied by Ume.
You see the go back, I got you. And then the finish at the rim. Sensational pass, great read. She got fouled, she's like, I don't care. And the bench loving it.
Energy on point, big smile from associate head coach Tempe Brown. Final seconds remain. .7 seconds. Alston trying to get it up. And that's gonna do it. The Cardinals take this one, the third time in a row they've beaten Morgan State, this time 91-49. Stanford shot 58%, about 42% for threes. Able to step up the defense as well. 45 rebounds for this Cardinal team.
Just a great team win. Got a little sloppier in the second half, to be expected. But I loved watching Morgan State just fight. These local players just come out here and try to show their families some positive things, but
yeah, J.L. Butler leading the way for Morgan State with 12 points tonight. 5 Cardinal players with double digits, led by Brooke Dimitri, but a couple of fan favorite moments with Papadaki in green also registering.
No doubt about it. Great team victory. Everybody gets in the game. You can see the energy.
With that, the Cardinal improved to 5-1 on the season. Morgan State now 4-4.
But Harper Peterson doesn't score, but she's got 3 assists. I mean, find a way. We need it.
Everyone finding a way to contribute. And now the victory basketball is being thrown out, including the captain, Brooke Dimitri. We'll get a chance to chat with Dimitri in just a little bit. The player of the game in this one. Well, what a performance by the Stanford Cardinal. And now we do have Brooke Dimitri, player of the game for this one, but we know you're a captain for this Stanford team as well. You all seemed in such a great rhythm tonight. What do you think made that difference for this group?
I think coming off a loss against Indiana, we really wanted to focus on our offense, spreading the floor, working together, and then also picking up on the defensive end. So I think all around, like, we've had a long week of practice and just really honing in on the details, so we really picked it up. So yeah.
Brooke, we'll talk about others in a second, but your Candace Parker step back, a couple of them. Tell us about just how hard is that to really perfect?
Gosh, yeah, I mean, I've kind of gotten away from it. This is my last 3 years, but high school, I used to do that one a lot.
Oh,
it's one of my favorite moves.
How about some more? Bring it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just slowly getting it back in my bag, and I don't know, it just kind of comes natural for me. I worked on it a lot in high school, and it's kind of like running on, it's like train tracks coming back to me, but yeah, it's fun shots.
UNCP3, I mean, it's a good combination. The freshmen, impressive tonight.
Yeah.
Sitting on the bench, we kind of saw you coaching them up a little bit. What was your perspective of how they did tonight?
Yeah, I'm just really proud of them. They go super hard. They're just like sponges. They're always asking questions, trying to absorb, trying to learn as much as they can. They're a super coachable group, and it's been really fun being a captain and a senior and just like helping them grow. But yeah, I'm super excited for them.
And the threes, they're back. And
they're back.
We named you, just so you know, Brooke Demi 3 with the free balls that you had. But the group, 41.7% shooting from behind the arc. What felt good about that piece of the game?
Yeah, I mean, almost everybody on this team can shoot threes, so I think it's just getting in our rhythm, and that comes when we're running our offense, spreading the floor, getting shots in rhythm, not just forcing them. And I feel like last game we kind of just forced shots because we know we can shoot threes, but it wasn't within our offense. So when we just slow down and run Stanford basketball. Like, we get open shots and we hit them.
Brooke, when you see Stavi go out there and Lauren, and
Oh,
you know
yeah.
how hard they work every single day,
Yeah.
just as hard as everybody else, and they get their moments out here. What's it like to sit there and just watch them do what they do?
Yeah, they're two of the hardest workers
Yep.
I've ever seen. Every single day, they're giving it their all. So yeah, I mean, I was really rooting for them on the floor. I wanted to get their
I know.
shots. So as soon as they got them, I was ecstatic. I got lightheaded. I got up so quick, but I was super happy for them. They deserve it. Yeah.
Well, congratulations, Brooke,
Thank
too,
you.
on the start to this 3-game homestand here at
Yeah.
Maples Pavilion on Tara Vanderveer Court. And that was an incredible performance by the Stanford Cardinal, getting a big-time victory. They'll face Cal Poly coming up later this week. But on behalf of our entire crew, my partner Mary Murphy, and the player of the game, Brooke Dimitri, thank you so much for joining us tonight, and so long from Stanford, where the Cardinal win 91-49 over Morgan State.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.